Can you tell what media products I have made?
Yeah, you've made a magazine, a poster, and a film trailer.
Yes, you made a documentary. No, you're making a TV series or a movie.
You've made a magazine and a trailer.
Yes, a poster, a magazine and a trailer about a soap.
What can you tell me about the characters featured?
Well, we can see they're all youngsters, about age range about 16 to 19. They're quite sort of high life, like party people.
Well, you can tell that they're very young, and you can tell particularly the boys are getting up to trouble because you can see drugs and underage drinking, and there's murder. It appears at the end.
One of them does drugs, one of them likes drinking, one of them has a gun.
It seems quite violent, a very solemn, not solemn, but not happy atmosphere.
Well, there's obviously going to be a villain because there's a murderer. There's obviously going to be a traumatic friend who's going to be hurt by this, and there's always going to be a popular person. It's like a school.
Don't know really.
Angry, violent, victim.
In your honest opinion, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much do my media products appeal to you?
About 8.
They appeal quite a lot, probably about an 8, because you can clearly see that there's what's going to happen, what sort of series it's going to be.
I thought it was really good. It appeals to me as a viewer. I would watch it. It's also educational as well.
8. It's a bit of a cliffhanger.
These questions are about my trailer. Who do you think the target audience were?
I think the target audience for this trailer would be mainly teenagers who are into this sort of life, and maybe parents who kind of want to know what their children actually get up to.
It's probably teenagers to 20s because of how young the cast were. They were that sort of age, and they were doing sort of similar things to what you'd expect them to be doing at that age.
Children, maybe adults as well,
What made you think that?
because they were the ones actually doing it. Yeah, it's my sort of age group.
Younger people, everyone in the trailer was younger.
Can you recognise any of the storylines featured in my trailer?
Well, there's a murder, the drugs, could be possibly underage drinking.
I can recognise that there's drug taking and that there's drinking, and I can tell that there's going to be obviously something unexpected and that it's going to be criminal.
Yeah, they go to a party. Obviously, before he goes to the party, he gets something like alcohol, he gets drugs as well, makes a nice party, and then finishes the end of the evening.
Well, murder, obviously. Sort of the party atmosphere, typical sort of teenager sort of.
Is there anything you particularly like about my trailer?
I enjoyed the mystery where you don't know who's killed the person, and I think that's sort of what everyone wants to know, who did it.
I like this clear. It definitely sets out what the mood of the film's going to be and what's going to happen.
It impacts me. It actually brings up old memories which actually have happened. Makes me reflect on them. Should be educational as well.
Yeah, well, the fact that it is sort of a cliffhanger, it makes you want to watch it. Sort of an ordinary thing turned extraordinary.
What do you think could be improved about my trailer?
I think more added effects to make it more dramatic could improve it.
I think at the end necessarily there might have been a problem with, I wasn't quite sure whether they were necessarily aligned or whether it was a metaphor to show that she doesn't know what's going on right in front of her.
If I could go over it once more, I would improve. I don't actually get to see much of what's going on, so I'm assuming, and I don't want to be assuming so much. So.
Well, I think the fact that you see a certain person at the end, it's sort of, I don't know whether that is the murderer, but it sort of sort of gives it away a bit. And also the fact that there's a long period of time when one of the characters is walking before they actually see the person on the floor. And when your trailer's only like 2 minutes long, I think it's maybe a little bit long. But it does build suspense, so it is a good thing as well. So.
The next question is about my magazine. Is there anything about my magazine that you would like to improve?
The magazine could include some more dramatic headlines.
No, it's a pretty good magazine. It shows what you want and what it's meant to be.
I think it's actually good the way it is. Maybe more vibrant colours, more appealing things to children. Other than that, it's brilliant.
It's quite. It's well, I think the fact that Who's Next stands out is quite good, because it makes the plot sort of obvious, sort of thing. There's a lot of blue on the background. No, I don't know. Maybe I'd change the colour of that on the box font though. It's a bit in your face.
What do you like about my magazine front cover?
I like the pictures. I liked how dramatic it was, as in what's going on in memory lane. We don't know who's the murderer.
It clearly is what's meant to be. It's clearly a magazine about TV series. It's colourful. It's got the characters on it.
As I said, it's very vibrant for kids. It will appeal to other people. It's part of E4 as well.
Well, the price is quite low. You both look very violent. It sort of makes you want to see what happens and what the sad faces are for.
Do you feel the colours I've used on my magazine front cover are conventional?
Yeah, they're very bright, and I think if you were in a shot, that was something that would just stick out to you.
They're not quite conventional. That it's not usually purple. However, they are effective colours, I think.
Yes, exactly. They're bright. They stand out to people. They'll love it. They'll see it. It's the first thing they see.
Yeah, I would say apart from the title, I think maybe that could be black or something.
The next question is about my poster. Do you think it was a good idea for me to use the colouring associated with E4 on my poster and trailer?
Absolutely, because E4 is a channel which sort of brings dramas like 90210, and I think with that would have the audience as well.
Yeah, I think that is good, because then it automatically gets people who tend to like E4 shows. They're going to know it's E4, and that might turn on a specific target audience to watch your series.
Yes, exactly. And that's what people associate with.
Yes, definitely. You've sort of got their logo. If you're a fan of E4, then you know it's going to be good, sort of thing.
I think it's good, that way even people can see the characters, they get to know them a bit more. Like you have one character with a gun, that shows that is he the murderer, but then again it'd make it too obvious for them. So it could show that who's the murderer and what goes on behind closed doors.
What is your opinion on the use of characters? How do you feel about them being featured in all my products?
I think that's good, because some characters might be particularly compelling, so people will watch to see them, so that they should be featured in all forms of media, just so you basically know what you're going to see.
I think it's good. You sort of get to know the characters before you see it.
Do you like the way I've included the phrase, "You never know what goes on behind closed doors" in all of my products?
Yeah, I do actually, because that's actually a very true phrase. You don't know what goes on in other people's lives. You don't know what arguments there are. So yeah, it'll be surprising what goes on and what actually does go on in real life.
Yeah, because it shows that there's going to be something that you don't expect, and it is a catchy slogan that people will remember and think about.
Yeah, exactly. It stands out to me. You don't know what's happening behind a closed door till you open it.
Yes, because it's sort of, you don't really take anything for what it is. You like, if you see anything on screen or on the trailer, you don't want to take it as that. You don't want to assume, because you don't know what's going on behind closed doors.
Do you feel that my magazine front cover, poster and trailer gel together?
They fit together fine, because your trailer is all about this murder that's taken place. Your poster, it shows someone with a gun, and it shows you that who's the murderer will be revealed. And then the poster again, it shows you don't know what goes on behind closed doors, shows that there is something very surprising that's going on.
Yeah, because they all feature the main characters. They've all got the same colour, and they all portray what's going to happen.
I can't give any examples, but they do go really well together.
Yeah, they do definitely. Like the sort of theme is ongoing in all of them, but I think the magazine's really very bright compared to the sort of dull trailer and poster.